Barron Trump watched in disbelief as Barack Obama playfully highlighted his dad's quirks on live TV. Grabbing his phone, Barron pretended to call the cops, claiming Obama had gone too far. Studio lights glowed behind him, Manhattan glittering through tall glass panels. The interview had been meant to stay safe economy policy. The usual topics, but it took a turn when the host asked, "Did you ever speak directly with Donald Trump about the claims he's made about you?" Obama's smile was subtle, neither joking nor sharp. Just the kind of knowing expression someone carries after holding on to a truth for too long. "Yes," he said quietly. "There was one conversation off to the side. He told me something very different from what he's saying now." The room fell slightly silent, the moment hanging heavy. A glimpse into the gap between private truths and public performance. Even in a casual interview, the weight of honesty lingered.
And you know what? Donald Trump warned you too. The truth is, right here in New Jersey and all across the country, there were plenty of people who voted for Trump and the Republicans anyway. Not because they want...
The host blinked. God. But Obama didn't flinch, didn't raise his voice. He spoke quietly, like someone finally setting down a heavy burden. He revealed a detail from that private conversation, something the public had never heard directly, contradicting a claim Trump had been repeating for nearly a decade. The weight of truth hung in the room, subtle but undeniable.
His bidding, and now he's telling them to hand over millions of taxpayer dollars that he had to pay in expenses for previously violating the law.
The audience gasped, not shock, not laughter, but something in between. A sound that said, "This is big." Phones rose. "That's going viral in 30 seconds. The host leaned forward. "So you're saying he told you the exact opposite of what he's claimed publicly?" "That's what happened," Obama said, steady as stone. "I remember it clearly. No drama, no heat, just truth." Somehow, that made it land even harder. Within minutes, the clip exploded online. Headlines appeared before Obama even left the building. Obama finally sets the record straight. Did Trump really say this in private? Even those usually uninterested in politics were talking about it. The quiet clarity made the revelation unforgettable, impossible to ignore.
In the past has been this basic idea that we are a rules-based society. What that means is that
in diners, dorm rooms, and group chats everywhere, people were talking about the clip not because of what Obama said, but because of how he said it. Calm, measured, controlled. He wasn't trying to humiliate anyone. He was simply telling the truth. And that clarity made it hit harder, spreading faster than anyone anticipated. The next morning, in the quiet of the White House kitchen, Michelle glanced at him over her phone. "You know this isn't going away," she said. "I figured it wouldn't," he replied. "You didn't even sound like you were trying to drag him." "It's because I wasn't," Obama said softly. And that exactly was why the clip kept going viral. People were drawn not to outrage but to certainty. Far away in Bedminster, someone else was watching the clip on loop. Barron Trump. He'd seen people attack his father all his life, but this felt different. Obama's calm tone wasn't criticism. It was authority, certainty. And in Barron's world, certainty was dangerous. Sitting on the edge of his bed, he whispered, "Why would he say that now?" Downstairs, an aide named Carla tried to reassure him. "Barron, he didn't reveal anything protected. It's just politics. He made my dad look weak, that's all." But Barron wasn't convinced. The fear in his chest wasn't rational. It was the fear of losing control over how the world saw his father. He paced briefly, then walked into the study, shut the door, and stared at the paused frame of Obama on his laptop. Responsibility, powerlessness, and panic swirled together. Finally, he grabbed his phone. Hands shaking, he called the local sheriff. "My name is Barron Trump," he said. "I need to report something. Obama said something last night that he shouldn't have. It could put my father in danger." The dispatcher took it seriously. Any mention of a former president automatically triggers protocol. Notes were taken meticulously. By noon, Two officers, Daniel Ruiz and Jenna Hale, were driving up the long driveway to the Trump property. Inside, Carla looked mortified. "He's in the study. He's stressed." "Please, just be gentle," she muttered. Barron explained everything. The clip. His fear, the belief that Obama had exposed something dangerous. His voice trembled not from fear of the police, but from the weight of defending his father. Officer Ruiz listened carefully. "We reviewed the clip before coming," he said. "There's nothing classified in it. No law has been broken." Barron's shoulders slumped. "So nothing would happen." "We'll still file a report," Jenna added kindly. "But it doesn't go further." Except it did. A junior aide overheard part of the conversation. Texted someone she shouldn't have, and the wrong person leaked the police log. One blurry screenshot. One headline. Sources claim Barron Trump contacted police over Obama interview. The internet didn't just react, it exploded. Barron had never wanted it to look like this. He thought he was protecting his father. Instead, the story flipped on him. Overnight, what began as a quiet, emotional reaction became a national spectacle. People dissected every moment of the call, every word of the police report. Social media churned out memes, conspiracy theories, and endless commentary. In a few hours, the clip that had circulated for its calm clarity became the spark for a storm no one had seen coming. Barron felt cornered, trapped by the consequences of his own choices. Every headline, every notification hammered home the realization that trying to control perception, especially when it involved his father, was a game he could not win. The fear that had driven him to act, fear of losing narrative control, fear of public judgment, had now manifested into its own uncontrollable force. And yet, amid the chaos, the original clip of Obama remained unchanged, measured, calm, deliberate. The truth didn't scream. It didn't shout. It just existed. But in Barron's hands, the simple reality of a moment had been amplified into a crisis. A lesson in how perception, panic, and emotion can spiral far beyond intention. By evening, the storm showed no signs of slowing. Every news outlet, every social feed, every group chat replayed the story. Barron hadn't set out to make a headline. He had only tried to protect his father. But in doing so, he had inadvertently made himself the center of a spectacle that would be talked about for weeks. And the clip, the calm, precise clip that started it, all continued to echo through the chaos. A reminder that sometimes certainty speaks louder than outrage, and that control is often an illusion.